Why hasn't someone thought of this before? A daily feel-good podcast to get your day started in a positive way. That's why we're here. Hey, good morning. Happy Tuesday. I am Len.
And I am Sara. Hey, guys, coming up today, I got to tell you what just happened to me. I made a big oops shopping. It's kind of funny. I'm trying to laugh it off, but in case I don't want it to happen to you, so I'm going to share the story coming up.
Okay, well, we'll look forward to learning from maybe a mistake.
Well, let's get today started with a positive thought. This one is from John Maxwell. The pessimist complains about the wind, the optimist expects it to change, and the leader adjusts the sails.
I really like John Maxwell, always have. That's a good one to start your day. What else will we start your day with? How about 3 things your friends and family might be talking about today?
Well, sports definitely have their high moments and their low moments. And this is a great comeback story. So remember American figure skater Ilya Malinin? Well, he won his 3rd consecutive world championship this past weekend, easily outpointing the 2nd place finisher. Now, if you followed the Winter Olympics, Ilya was a heavy gold medal favorite, but finished in 8th place after a series of falls and stumbles that were really uncharacteristic of him. 6 weeks after one of the most shocking twists of the Olympics, he rebounded with the crowd cheering him on. He delivered 2 clean quad jump heavy programs to win gold, flawlessly performing the same routine he did at the Olympics.
Oh, I'm so happy to hear that. I felt for that guy.
I know.
Everyone was just expecting him to win the gold medal. It was too much. It was too much.
I mean, that's true. Too much pressure, and that can happen any given day, right? Any given day, something can change and you're not at your best, and you get up and you do your best the next time.
Well, that's the great part of this story because, he didn't crumble and crawl into a ball, but he regrouped and now he's world champion, which is just absolutely beautiful. And that's just a reminder to anybody, whatever level you're playing in a sport, and sometimes the Little League Championship can seem as important as the Olympic gold medal, but there's always another game to play. Oh, it reminds me, I hope something good happens for that player from Duke with that basketball game that took place over the weekend.
That was crazy. We were watching it live, and of course, we're all watching our stats on our brackets. That was the craziest basketball game ending, one of the craziest I've ever seen.
Yeah, I know. And what's the fella's name? Boozer for Duke. He had the ball there, and he threw it to the other team. It was a turnover with just seconds left. And, you could just hear in the post-game interview, that was weighing heavy on him. But again, he's a great player and he's a great athlete. And I know he's going to have his high moments again. How are you doing in your bracket?
I am not winning. My oldest daughter is winning. Russ is in 2nd, I believe. I think I'm in 4th.
Yes.
Last time I looked, I think I'm in 4th.
And I know I'm out.
You are way out. And my other daughter had Duke. You were out a while ago.
All right.
But yeah, my oldest daughter is leading the pack by a lot.
Okay. I'm going to use it. She needs the money. She's getting married.
Yeah, she does need the money. I actually hope she wins.
Right. So like $70 or whatever it is will go a long way for her.
Exactly.
Well, this is beyond wild. The pyramids of Giza in Egypt might only be the tip of the iceberg. The pyramids, Italian researchers claim they might have found signs of another sphinx located beneath the pyramids in Giza. They say advanced radar scans have revealed a hidden twin monument and an underground megastructure beneath the pyramids. For now, archaeologists are split on this. Some are saying it's an exciting possibility. Others are saying this radar technique can be misleading and we're going to need a lot more information. So they'll keep scanning and they'll keep digging, but who knows? What we see now may only be the beginning.
Wow. So it could be, so this is just radar. It's not, they actually found evidence, right?
They haven't dug yet. Right now it's underground radar, but something seems kind of fishy. And who knows? Because a lot of times those ancient ruins and cities had been buried under thousands and thousands and thousands of years of sand and dirt and soil, and there may be treasures under there that are still to be found. It's pretty cool.
Wow, that sounds amazing.
We've kicked it around, haven't we? A Len and Sara listener trip to Egypt. We've kicked it around.
Yeah, we've had people tell us they would love to go to Egypt. So we're kind of just balancing. We've also got a lot of Ireland and Scotland is very popular. Of course, our Paris, England trip this summer, that's going to be amazing. So I don't know. I mean, I think Egypt would be incredible to see ancient history like that.
Yeah. Oh, and we would be taking luxury boats down the Nile. We've already started to look into it. So.
It would be pretty epic.
Yeah, for sure.
So we shall see. And homework trending up or trending down? According to a new survey from EdWeek Research Center, it's definitely trending down. Many teachers say that they're assigning less homework because students often aren't doing it. And tools like AI may be making some assignments less meaningful. In a national survey of 279 teachers, 40% said homework has decreased over the past 2 years. 33% said it stayed the same. 3% said it increased. And here's another sign of the shift. Nearly 1 in 4 teachers said they don't assign homework at all.
Oh, that's interesting. I have to decide how I'm going to talk about this because I do serve on a local school board.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
But I'm not a big homework person myself personally because the kids are involved in a lot of things. Some kids have after-school work. Some of them are involved in the sports and extracurriculars. And I think you need enough work that it shows that you know how to do the stuff, but not an overwhelming dog pile of homework. There's got to be a balance there.
I agree with that. And I feel like, I feel like we had a lot of homework in school. And a lot of it was like tedious stuff that I don't necessarily know if it helped me learn. I know all the teachers are like cringing when I say that. If it was more like collaborative stuff and different things, that really would help me learn. Yes. I will tell you the tools that they have now to help kids study, it blows my mind. They have special flashcards. I pay for a subscription for my youngest daughter. I forget what it's called, but it's this awesome flashcard site where, it helps her learn so much. And the videos that they have to watch, some of my daughter's teachers put out videos, like extra videos every day and little like tips and tricks to show them how to do things. That's pretty amazing.
Well, I like that because I think ultimately homework should be about learning, not about I have to get it done. And I take math as an example. I never quite understood having a ton of problems because then you're just racing to get them done. It seems like it would be better to have like 5 or 6 problems. So you would really work them through rather than saying, oh my goodness, I have 25 problems I have to complete.
But does it help you to have repetition? Like, I wonder what my husband would say about that.
Yeah, you should talk to Russ about that. I do have one theory, though, I want to bring up because there's a lot of concern about AI and how the kids can use AI to get answers and to write reports and that sort of thing. I'm for, and I'm sure they're doing this more and more in schools, I'm for the written work not being the final work. One of the best ways to find out if someone really did learn about something is to have them give their own oral presentation.
Yeah.
Where they have to tell you what they learned. And so I think all of these things that are changing can be used positively, and that's just one example.
I just read an article about that the other day, how college professors are starting to do oral exams. And I meant to send it to you because you're the one who's always saying that. I think they'll have to figure out a different way to grade, or do you send a video in with the answers to the questions, or how do you do that? You know what I mean? Because you can't have like one kid at a time come up and give that would take much longer.
It would. I don't think it would be in front of the class. I think it would have to be a thing where, and you wouldn't have to go that long. I really think keep it tight, man. 10 minutes, 10 minutes. Tell us what you learned in 10 minutes. Don't you think?
But I think that's so much smarter because if I think back, sometimes when you just memorize something, it's like gone. But if you say it And if you explain it, like one of my favorite quotes is from Albert Einstein. And he said, if you can't explain it simply, you don't understand it well enough.
That's really good.
And I've always loved that. And I've challenged myself every time I learn something new. Could I repeat that back to someone and explain it simply? And if I can't, I probably don't really understand it well enough either. So I like the OR exam.
Well, let me check that off. I think we've solved that world problem. Let's go. let's go for another one, okay?
Yesterday was yesterday. Today's a brand new empty page. So hit reset and start your day. Positive with Len and Sarah.
Lynn and Sarah are so funny.
I like the jokes. I always love your little annex, and Sarah's getting on you about that.
You guys always make us laugh. That's the best thing in the morning. It's good to have a laugh on the way to work.
Yesterday was yesterday. Today's a brand new empty page. So hit reset and start your day. Positive with Len and Sarah.
Are you in a situation where you don't have health benefits? It's just too expensive for the coverage. Well, let me introduce you to our podcast partner, Liberty Health Share. It's not insurance. It's different. Members think it's better. A Christian organization where members share the cost of each other's healthcare needs with an affordable monthly contribution. Wes Humble is Liberty's executive director of ministry.
Liberty has been great because, from an inside perspective, first of all, we keep Christ first. And that's not just a saying. That's not it's at the top level, executive meetings, whatever. It's the only place that I know of that's in medical processing, billing, taking care of needs that has lowered cost. And that's happening. And then there's always some story that follows of how something happened and Liberty was there. People had no way of getting through. They couldn't afford insurance. They didn't know if something bad was about to happen. They click into Liberty Health Share, and then it happens. And they realize that this works and that people I don't even know are going to help pay these medical bills.
Thank you, Wes. And I mean, the timing couldn't be better for a ministry like Liberty, and that's why it's working so well. If you're in that situation where healthcare is a big concern and there's no possible way you could afford it on your own, it's not provided through your work, you're an entrepreneur, you own your own business, Liberty is a great solution. Why don't you go to the website, start to do the research, and I think you'll find it's a program that will be perfect for you. It's libertyhealthshare.org, libertyhealthshare.org. Proud to have them as a partner of the Start Your Day Positive podcast.
So fast, it happened today, let's remember.
Well, here we are. It's hard to believe, but it's the last day in the month of March, the 31st. Let's step into our time machine. It's always fun to go back in time and look at this date in history.
Well, it's quite a date. In 1925, Congress authorized the Mount Rushmore National Memorial. The president's faces are 60 feet high, and the monument was completed in 1941. Now, early in the process, workers realized jackhammers wouldn't be enough. So about 90% of the granite was actually removed using dynamite. And here are a couple fun twists. The original plan had the presidents arranged differently, but Thomas Jefferson had to be moved when the rock on his nose was proved to be unstable. So, and believe it or not, the vision wasn't just faces. The original design called for presidents to be carved from the waist up, but time and budgets left us with the iconic faces we see today.
Okay, well, it's pretty cool, but boy, how spectacular if they would be from the waist up, huh?
I know.
I can't remember. Have you been there? I've never been there.
No, never been there. I've been out west. That is a place I've heard it's cool.
Yeah.
One day.
All right, well, on this date in 1980, gasoline hit $1 a gallon for the very first time. $1 a gallon. Now, I think you'll find this interesting. That was 1980. So I did the math. If you adjust it for inflation, that would be $3.80 a gallon now, just about where we are.
Okay, so I want to know this because I started driving in like 96, 97.
Uh-huh.
And I remember gas being like 97 cents, 98 cents a gallon.
Yes.
I want to know in that year, because I felt like gas wasn't super expensive back then.
I think it was a deal at that time. Yeah, let me calculate that. The reason, by the way, gas went up to $1 a gallon, it's almost what we're facing right now. That was during the time of the Iran hostage crisis.
Yeah.
And so there was an issue with oil, and so it shot up to $1 a gallon. You know, that's what we're going through now. Let me do the math on what you ask, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm typing in if gas were $1 a gallon in 1996, what would it be today? Okay. Oh, you're right. It was cheap. It would be like $2.10 today. $2.10 a gallon. Yeah.
So it was a deal.
Yeah, it was cheap.
I just had to drive everywhere when I was young, and I was like thinking back, how did I afford that?
Yeah.
I mean, back then I guess it was, you
Yeah.
don't have much money when you're 16, but I still, like, the amount I drove was ridiculous.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, though, if we were paying $2.10 a gallon right now, that would be incredible.
I know.
Incredible.
Oh, all right. One more thing on this date. In 1776, John Adams' wife, Abigail, wrote a letter urging him and the other founding fathers to remember the ladies when fighting for independence. The future First Lady wrote in part, and by the way, in the new Code of Laws, which I suppose it will be necessary for you to make, I desire you would remember the ladies and be generous and favorable to them than your ancestors. Do not put such unlimited power in the hands of the husbands. Remember, all men would be tyrants if they could. If particular care and attention is not paid to the ladies, we are determined to foment a rebellion and will not hold ourselves bound by any laws in which we have no voice or representation.
Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness.
Nobody tell her that the ladies didn't get a right to vote till many years later.
Wow, that is so well written. That's really good.
The ability to have that type of voice in that era is pretty remarkable.
No, their relationship. I mean, it says a lot about the relationship. Obviously, that she felt comfortable saying that to old John Adams, but honestly, I don't think it would have stopped her.
But John Adams must have understood that. If she felt comfortable enough to have a voice like that, it would be so interesting to be a fly on the wall, right?
She probably could have softened that line about the husbands, though. What was that again? What did she say about the husbands?
Remember, all men would be tyrants if they could. I'm not going to disagree with that. No, just kidding.
I like it. I love it. And, definitely it was time for that sort of thing to be said. When the weather breaks, you can get the outdoor bug and the patio furniture bug. Let me explain. You know that feeling that just doesn't go away. The weather's nice and you're saying, you know what, I'd like to have some new, beautiful quality furniture for us to enjoy the spring and summer season. The place to get it, believe us, is Northeast Factory Direct. What a great selection.
I just got back from vacation, and let me tell you, vacation is so nice. I like to kind of have that vacation feeling at home whenever I can. And I'm telling you, having a patio in the backyard where you just have some furniture where you can go sit, be outside, grill, have fun, you get that vacation feeling right in your backyard. I love it. And I've been shopping at Northeast Factory Direct for years. They have so many great sets. And it's patio season time right now for them. And you can go check out any of their stores across Northeast Ohio. See for yourself the selection. It's so good.
I honestly feel this way. If you had a stressful day at work, if you sit in patio furniture on your own porch, your blood pressure would drop by 20 points. I really believe that. Stop by any of the locations: Cleveland, Euclid, Macedonia, North Canton, NortheastFactoryDirect.com.
Just a smile will lighten everything. Start your day with a smile. Positive with Lynn and Sarah.
You guys, I made a big mistake over the weekend. I cannot believe I did this. Oh my goodness. Okay, so my husband's watching all these March Madness games. And totally cool with me, but I get a little bored after so much basketball.
Fair.
And I don't mind. I just like hanging out with him. So I just started scrolling on my phone. And has anyone ever used these auction sites? Do you know about these auction sites? For anyone who hasn't used them, there's a couple different ones. There's one called, I can't even remember the name of them right now, but you see signs all over Cleveland. And basically what it is, there's these apps and these auction houses where it's a lot of stuff from Amazon that's been returned for whatever reason. They buy these returns in bulk and they sell them. They resell them, but sometimes at like crazy discounted prices. Is that a good way to describe it, Len?
Yeah, it is. And I will say they're really, really trending. I know a lot of people that are sometimes getting ridiculous deals on stuff on these auction sites.
Yeah. And I did. So I haven't used it in a while. My first time last year, I got a really cute table and chairs, like one of those garden tables almost for my patio.
A little table for two type of thing?
Yeah, like I have my coffee out there. It's just real cute and small. Looks like it belongs in a little garden. And it was probably like 75% off. I don't even remember, but it was a really good deal. Well, for whatever reason, I didn't use it again. My daughter was reminding me about it. So I'm like, oh, well, my husband's watching the game. I'm just going to scroll through. I started bidding on a few things. And I didn't realize I pulled something up to look at it. And my finger slipped and hit bid. And it wasn't something I wanted to bid on. And I was like, oh my goodness, where's the "Are you sure" button?
Right, can I take it back? Right, can I take it back?
I was trying I'm like, okay, where do you unclick? Where do you do? No, there's no unclick. Once you bid, you are invested.
You're in. Wow.
I'm like, oh my goodness. And there's actually 1 hour left on it as we speak right now. And I'm so nervous that I'm going to end up getting this. I don't really want it. I think I know someone that might want it as a gift. But I'm buying it for $57. Yeah. It's not like $3 oops. It's a $57 oops. And my husband, I was so like, I didn't want to tell my husband because I felt so stupid. But he was so chill about it. He's like, oh, we'll find someone to give it to. That happens. So I'm like, well, thank you for being so nice about my oops, first of all. And I'll be more
Don't those
careful
sites
next
make
time.
you a little bit nervous, though? They make you a little nervous, like you said, because you can't take it back. My son-in-law, he's 50-50 on this. Okay. So he got a shop vac. And I mean, it was a steal of a deal. So he had a lot of confidence. And then he bid on a weed whacker, but he didn't realize that the battery had to be purchased separate. And it was like an $80 or $90 battery.
Oh, no.
So he's 50-50.
I know. I don't. There's a lot of things that I have like a star on because it looks like a great deal. And I never win the stuff that I really, really want.
Yeah.
But guaranteed I'm going to win this.
You're going to get it for sure.
This thing. I'm like,
you know
oh my
what,
gosh.
though? You have me wanting to go on there. Now, my wife, Judy, she's known for being super duper cautious. Yeah. So I'm trying to decide, what's that thing you say about, you ask for permission later instead of, or ask apology.
It's easier to ask for forgiveness than permission? That?
Yeah. I'm trying to decide whether I should just buy something and then tell her. No, it's a saying. It's a saying.
Okay. I was going to say I've heard that, but that's not something I should.
No, I'm just trying to decide whether I should show her what I'm buying or tell her I bought it.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't feel as bad if it was something I really wanted. Like there's a pair of cowboy boots that I was bidding on too, and I'm not going to get those. And there's like this drone that looked really cool. And I was like, how do people have all these stories of getting this for like these crazy deals?
Name brand stuff, though, you look it up and you see that it's...
Well, they always link right to the Amazon.
Oh, really?
At least this app that I'm using does. Mm-hmm. So yeah, it's legit stuff. And like I said, I've bought before and you have to go pick it up at this warehouse. And it's kind of crazy the way you have to pick it up, though. You've not done this? They give you a time, and you go to this warehouse, and there's
Yeah.
just a bunch of people standing around, and you check in, and then they like holler out your number, and you're like, here. They give you your stuff, and then you're out. It's just like in and
First
out.
time you do it, super uncomfortable till you get
Yes.
used to it, right?
Yes.
Until you get used to it,
Like
super
my
uncomfortable.
husband was like, Sarah, I know in his head, he didn't say this, but I know in his head, he's like, Sarah, what have you gotten us into now? As he's walking me in with the truck to get this table I just purchased off the internet.
Well, normally I would say, good luck, I hope you win the bid. But this time I'm going to say, good luck, I hope you lose.
I know,
right?
we'll see. I'll give you all an update on whether I get this.
Well, we hope we played a part in your day getting off to a great start. That's why we're here with the Start Your Day Positive podcast. We do have a free gift for you, and we'd like you to spread the word about it too. Award-winning author John Gordon has a wonderful book called The Garden that has been made available through a partnership with the Changing Lives Foundation for free to everyone that listens to our podcast. It's a short read, it's a captivating allegory, and it will help you understand how to overcome fear, anxiety, and stress. Spoiler alert, it's all tied into our faith, and John puts it all together. It is a free book for you. I think you will love it. We'll send it right to you. All you have to do is go to our website, startyourdaypositive.com, click on the link, and share that news with a friend too. We'd like as many people as possible to take advantage of this. All right. Well, we always wrap up our podcast with a prayer. You know, Jesus, and we're reminded of this during this time of year, did what he knew had to be done. It was the will of God and what God wanted him to do. And sometimes it's not easy. Obviously, in that case, it was definitely not easy. But for us, it's not always easy. But there is great satisfaction in knowing when we say yes to God. So with that in mind, let's put our prayer together with that thought. Heavenly Father, just a prayer that you will give us courage and you will give us a clear mind and you will remind us that you are always with us. Even during tough times and tough decisions, we commit the day to you. In Jesus' name, amen. God bless. If you haven't hit follow on your favorite podcast app, make sure that you follow us. And we'll be back with you tomorrow, our Wednesday Start Your Day Positive podcast, and we will have your Stump Day question.